Okay, so the second question that I got for the video project was from Miss Allison, who I have not met in person. Wish I had. Oops, I'm making the camera shake. Sorry. Hopefully someday I will get to meet Miss Allison in person because she seems like a seriously rockin' chick. Hi. So anyway, her question was if she came to Austin, what would I insist that she do here? Okay, well, for one thing, I would have you come visit in like February, when you would be leaving snow and misery in St. Louis, and you would come down here, and we would go to Trudy's and sit outside on the outdoor patio in absolute comfort, drinking Mexican margaritas and eating chips and salsa. I think that alone would be enough to make you never want to leave. You know, when I was moving here, people were like, oh my God, Texas is so hot. How can you stand it? How can you think about going somewhere so hot? It's like, well, okay, yes, it is really hot. And right now, it's still in the 90s here. I'm going to open this soda. It's still in the 90s here, and elsewhere it's in like the 60s and the 70s, and it's doing that beautiful fall thing. And I am a little jealous, and I do miss the full seasons. However, I actually get a lot more usable weather here than I did in St. Louis. When you think about it, living in Texas is like living in Michigan, just flipped. So in Michigan, you can be outside all summer long, but you have to be inside all winter long, and afraid to drive because the roads are shit. And down here, it's just the opposite. You know, you can be outside all winter long, and you just have to be inside in the summer and scurrying from air conditioning to air conditioning. But it's not that humid. I mean, it's not awesome, but it's not that humid. It's not as bad as Houston. It's not even as bad as St. Louis. In St. Louis, I have had instances where I walked out the door and literally all the oxygen left my lungs because the air was too heavy to breathe. It was that humid. I've never had that happen in Austin. Austin is a much more enjoyable heat. It's the kind of heat that you enjoy going to the pool as opposed to just feeling oppressed. It's like that. So well, when you think about it, okay, so going back to my earlier point, in St. Louis, when was it nice enough to be outside? March-ish through maybe mid-May, and then it's too hot. It doesn't cool down again until October, some of November, now it's too cold. So you got all of like 4 months, the entire year, that are good to be outside. Oh, and you've got to fit in all your rain, too. Whereas in Texas, it's still hot in September. It doesn't cool off till about mid-October, but then it's nice all the way through up until like April. You can be outside. I mean, think about it. Like, you all have seen my wedding pictures, right? I'm sleeveless in a thin, you know, gauzy kind of dress. One layer. It's, you know, not a multi-layered dress or anything. Nothing on my arms. And I was totally comfortable. Our wedding was Thanksgiving weekend, and it was held outside, and no one had sweaters. It was beautiful, absolutely comfortable. So, you know, that's how you have to think about the weather here. It's like living in Michigan, just flipped. It's summer that you stay inside, and it's winter that you play outside. But with the added bonus that in the summer, I can go to the pool, and I do. So, yes, that's the one thing I would say. I would tell you to come down here in February and enjoy the difference in weather. Go to Trudy's, have a Mexican margarita outside, probably take you to the Alamo Drafthouse movie theater, which is a movie ticket's about the same price as you pay anywhere. But instead of like stadium type seating like a normal movie theater, it's you have your row of seats, and then you have a table in front of the whole thing and a step down, and then a row of seats and a table. And they have an entire menu and servers that come to you. And in order to order something, you just write it on a piece of paper and then stick it up in the rail on your, I made it shake again, sorry. stick it up on the rail, and they come by and they just pluck it and go get you what you ordered. Draft House is especially fun for those like really fun movies that are good for being drunk, because it's also like beer, wine. Mason and I will often get a bucket of Smirnoff Ice and then share those with everybody. But for a movie like that, where drinking like enhances it, like say Scott Pilgrim, then it's awesome. I mean, just get a thing of like nachos and a bucket of Smirnoff Ices and enjoy the movie. So we would take you there. I'd probably take you down to South Congress to wander around the thrift stores and the vintage stores and the hipster stores if you wanted to. If somebody was interested in food who came to visit, then I would take them to the Whole Foods headquarters. Some of you guys have been with me for a long time remember all the pictures I took of the flagship store. It's like, whoa. I'm kind of glad I didn't get that job. I would have gained a lot more weight than I already have. What else could we do? I mean, it depends on what you're into. You know, honestly, I'm not that into music. Even though this is like the music capital, second only to Nashville, I don't really care that much. But if you're really into music, I'm sure we could find a billion places you would love to be. For outdoors, this is the home of Lance Armstrong. So if you're into biking, I could definitely find places for you to bike. They're everywhere. I've never seen so many bikers in all my life than living here. So, you know, I mean, it would depend a little bit on what you're into. Mason has this whole tour he does, the I Will Make You Want to Move to Austin tour. Foxy Roxy got about half of it. She can tell you it's pretty good. It does make you want to live here. But honestly, Austin, it's just, you feel it. As soon as you're here, you feel the difference in the vibe. Everybody's just more relaxed, and you relax too. Your environment makes a difference to how you feel, more so than I think I ever would have expected. But I've definitely relaxed and calmed down, and it's got more chill, I guess, since I've lived here in the land of the hippies. So I guess that's all I can think of. Yeah, I mean, that would be, I guess, my contribution is let's go to Trudy's for Mexican margaritas. Let's go to the Alamo Draft House. We could go to the sushi place where you make it yourself. You don't make it yourself. You tell them exactly what you want in it, and then they roll it up for you. That's kind of cool. What else? I don't know. I mean, we could go out. Depend, like, if there's bluebonnets, you could take the bluebonnet pictures. I don't know. That's all I can think of right now. Mostly I would just have you hanging around with our friends, because they're really rocking and they make you want to be around. So that is all the answer I've got for you. I feel like I failed on this one. Sorry. Thanks, bye.